What's up everyone, Bickage here back with another reaction video, and today I'm going to be reacting to actually a song I wrote myself. I released it last week. It's called Hunger. So I have this up on YouTube, I have it up on Instagram, so have a look, check it out. I think I actually might have it up on SoundCloud as well. But yeah, the main videos here is on YouTube and Instagram. Make sure to check these out, and if you enjoy it, let us know what you think in the comments, and we'll get right into it. So first off, I just want to say cheers to GI for the beat. He's had it up on his beats for sale on Bandcamp for a while now. I've been kind of loving listening to this beat, love the way it sounds, so I bought that the other week off him. So shout out to him, one of the best producers in Ireland. The song was mixed and mastered by Costello. I sent it over to him on Instagram. He does that as well, so give him a shout if you're looking for any mixing and mastering work. He's really good at what he does. So the lyric video as well was made. Now I'm gonna mess this up. I think it's Hamza Reich on Fiverr. So Fiverr, I'll just jump onto it there really quick. Actually, this is Fiverr here. Here's this guy here. So basically, this is where you can pay people to do what they're good at. You know, this guy is making lyrics videos. As you can see, they have like graphics design, digital marketing. You can see it all here. I'll leave a link to Fiverr in the description. It's not of course, it's not sponsored or anything like that. Just a really good website for getting your work done and getting a hand, getting help out. So yeah, we're gonna get right into this song now, and I'm gonna break down a few bars in it. I think over the next few weeks, I'd like to try and make a video kind of breaking down some of the rhyme schemes, and I want to kind of do that with some other people's music as well, because I think there's a lot of rhymes in rap that people may not notice, and there's a lot of kind of effort that goes into it that people definitely don't notice in terms of wordplay, metaphors, just rhymes in general. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that in this video, and we'll see what you think of it. So let me know if you like the format, and here we go.
Ripping the killer, I'm thinking I'm bigger than everybody around me. I'm intricate with it, I spit with a privilege, energy all that surrounds me. I'm sipping a bit of the shit that I'm drinking, but never be talking about E. But I witness the shit, cause some lyrical shit as inevitable as I proudly deliver the gift of the gift of the dishes. The rest of the audience doubts me, but they're buying the simplest shit to be listening to, but they never be talking about me. So here I am.
So just gonna pause it there. I think kind of the first few lines are going through, what a person's ego may feel like, and when you're doing something you're good at, or you feel like you're good at it and you're confident in it, it may come across to other people that you're ripping a killing and thinking I'm bigger than everybody around me. So I mean that's not how I feel, but things may come across like that, and especially in rap, the kind of rappity rap style, where you're just kind of the braggadocious style of rap, that it can come across like that to some people. But I think it's kind of a bit of sarcasm here, especially at the beginning of the song, just kind of delving into how I feel about how other people take in music, and how I take in music myself. If you're listening to rappers or musicians talking about what they have and who they're with, it's easy to kind of misunderstand what they're talking about. So yeah, let's go back a little bit. Oh yeah, and just this line, better witness the shit cause the lyrical shift is inevitable as I proudly deliver the gift I've been gifted the dish. So that's kind of talking about the kind of mumble rap and trap and drill and all of these styles of rap that have become more popular in the last few years. I'm a boom bap head myself. I'm more into the 90s old school, or even 2000s, or just lyrical rap, so I'm not all about the kind of ad libs, and I won't go too deep into that, but you get what I'm talking about there. So what I'm trying to do with my music is bring back the kind of old school sound to it. That effort that goes into writing music. I put a lot of time into writing, and I'm not just trying to write down a song in a half an hour and throw it out there for people to listen to, so
But I witness the shit cause some lyrical shit as inevitable as I proudly deliver the gift of the gift of the dishes. The rest of the audience doubts me, but they're buying the simplest shit to be listening to, but they never be talking about me. So here I have a plan for action to increase the map for rap and do my piece. The mass attract them to the beats, and after that I'll do a teaching class. I'm back to prove the teeth, this trap is trash.
So I think we'll just go back and play that line again. So here I have a plan for action to increase the map for rap and do my piece to mass attract them to the beats. So, that's talking about the plan that I have for rap is, just to help out where I can with other people as well as myself. So, promoting others as well as yourself, not worrying about, like I have no prejudice towards any other musicians. I think anyone who's making music is really deserving of, maybe not fame, but deserving of positive recognition. And I think it's ballsy to be putting songs out there, even if you're kind of recording yourself, kind of singing or rapping other people's songs. That's still ballsy, So fair play to anyone who's doing that. And kind of my plan for what I'm doing here is to try and get as many people involved in music or whatever they want to do as possible. So just to kind of touch down on those, and to that, and by doing that, that will definitely increase the map for rap. It'll spread it all around. So yeah.
To increase the map for rap and do my piece to mass attract them to the beats, and after that I'll do a teaching class. I'm back to prove the thesis trap is trash. If you believe that it's not, then I'ma have to ask if you can leave, attract it back and do the research. Please learn boom bap is back to jubilee of acid rap and truly peak resin the beat, relishing at the chance of music.
So just on the kind of trap is trash, if you believe that it's not, then I'ma have to ask if you can leave. I think I have nothing against trap music. It's not my cup of tea, really. I mean, there's a lot of good lyrics in trap music, but I think that's just a comment on kind of the scene in general, and I'm focusing on the lyrical side of it. So there are a lot of lyrical trap rappers, but I find the more lyrical music is usually in boom bap, and it's usually in, just hardcore kind of lyrical rap, all just about the rhymes, about the subject matter. So yeah, that's kind of just a touch on that line. And kind of you're seeing it now, over the last few years especially, there was so much of that Future sound, that Drake sound going around, that it's kind of flipped over again. So you're seeing with Eminem coming out with that Kamikaze album, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, these are unbelievable artists. Royce the 5'9", check out that Book of Ryan album, he has unbelievable work. But boom bap really is kind of coming back. We're kind of going back to our roots a little bit with rap and trying to get it back out there, because I think it was lost for a little while, or at least it was stuck in the underground, or maybe forced into the underground, by these other artists. So I think it's kind of time to get recognition for the kind of hard work and effort that everyone's putting into it.
Of acid rap and truly peak resin the beat, relishing at the chance of music being my own next little professional goal record. I'll go next to the bone next to him, no telling what I'll do when I'm propelling. I'll fight you on your own record, not like you, cause there's no measuring to me. Ghost legends with no effort, I'm most definitely sitting with Mos Def on a project, and I project to a project, so then see feeling like no pressure. I hope never to show whether I've blown everything with it. I know better to go weather the cold weather when hope tethers. I'm feeling it, each rope letter is oak, never promote less, or a professor, a speech given, a dope lesson for go-getters and woke heads to be open to the realist shit and don't stress.
So that's a kind of little long kind of scheme there. I've started off with I'll go into the rhyme scheme in a minute, but I think that's mainly me talking about my journey and kind of where I'm starting off now with this music thing, and I'd be relishing at the chance of music being my own next little professional goal. Reckon I'll go next to the bone next to him. So it's like, that's kind of me talking, and again, it can kind of come back to ego and these types of things. I think with this style of rap, I find that stuff fun. I find the kind of braggadocious rap fun to write. I find it sounds good, So, yeah, that's kind of similar. It's a similar topic throughout the whole song, But I'll just go back a little bit to the start of this rhyme scheme, because I wanna break that down a little bit.
No telling what I'll do when I'm propelling. I'll fight you on your own record, not like you, cause there's no measuring to me. Ghost legends with no effort, I'm most definitely sitting with Mos Def on a project, and I project to a project, so then see feeling like no. So the rhyme scheme here, I'm going with the kind of it's kind of, I'm trying to mix it up for, let me see, so where does it start? So it starts with no pressure. Let me just go back. I'm forgetting my own bars. Step on a project, and I project to a project, so then see feeling like no pressure. I hope never to show whether I've blown everything with it. I know better to go weather. So I know better to go weather the cold weather when hope tethers. I'm feeling it. So that's the rhyme scheme there. So there's 4 of the go weather rhymes, and then there's the feeling it. So you'll hear that rhyme scheme now over and over again. Never to show whether I've blown everything with it. I know better to go weather the cold weather when hope tethers. I'm feeling it. Each rope letter is oak, never promote lesser. A professor, a speech given, a dope lesson for go-getters and woke heads to be open to the realist shit and don't stress cause you know best. No hell, I feel hopeless. I've been dealing with the most stress. I go rest, I can cope best on my own rest of the demons. And I'm told yesterday's old energy don't dwell or be reeling in the years because we here but don't.
Shout to Reeling in the Years. That's an Irish show, kind of goes back in history, and you know it does what it says on the tin. Reeling in the Years goes back, shows you what was going on back in the day, and I'd say most of our parents and grandparents would know that anyway. But yeah, no, I think this line here, it's, you know, I have that in quotation marks. The, you know, no hell, I feel hopeless. I've been dealing with the most stress. I'm a go rest. I can cope best on my own wrestling demons. So that's kind of talking to how we probably all feel like it's easier to hold shit in if we're having any kind of personal issues, or if, you know, we have some stuff going on. Everyone has stuff going on in their life, you know. So this is kind of me talking from another perspective, or, you know, that kind of that voice that tells you not to tell anyone things, you know. So this is kind of going through that, and then I'm coming back and saying, no, go on, you know, share your story, share what's happened, share what you want to share. Don't be worried about what other people think. So that's kind of where this line is coming from. So this is kind of someone else talking here, and no hell, I feel hopeless. The next line after, where it's like, no, go ahead. I've been dealing with the most stress. I go rest, I can cope best on my own rest of the demons. And I'm told yesterday's old energy don't dwell or be reeling in the years because we here, but don't let your ego flex and then go mental implode. Whether you're reasoning cause potential imposable, I won't rep it for no less than about 3 mil. I'ma be real and stay positive, won't ever remote desolate tones enter the zone, reveling me in it. I'll snap off like a broke neck cause I'm shamed. I think that's a very kind of important line for myself. The, you know, won't ever remote desolate tones enter the zone, reveling me in it. And that kind of describes, you know, just trying to stay positive, and no matter what happens, always look at the positive side of it, no matter what, because, you know, looking at the negative side, it's not going to do anything for you. You know, the past is the past. We have to kind of, you know, get over that, deal with it, and kind of, you know, focus on today. And once we focus on today, that's going to help out for tomorrow, you know what I mean? So we'll go back there to those lines. And just on the won't rep it for 3 mil, so, you know, and don't let your ego flex and then go mental implode. Whether your reasoning has potential imposable, I won't rep it for no less than about 3 mil. So, you know, that's me kind of saying, look, I'm an independent artist. I'm not looking for someone to kind of manage my work and tell me what to be saying. I want to say what I want to say in my music, and if that's going to cost, it doesn't matter how much that costs, you know. That's my goal, and that's what I want to do. So that's me kind of being sarcastic there, saying, look, if you want to be managing me, or if you want that, it's going to cost you 3 mil, like, you know. But that's more of a kind of jokey line there. No mental implode, whether you're reasoning has potential imposable, I won't rep it for no less than about 3 mil. I'ma be real and stay positive, won't ever remote desolate tones enter the zone, reveling me in it. I'll snap off like a broke neck cause I'm shameless, and I'll go shred him in 0 seconds. I won't let him participate to elicit a reaction. I'll have all of them posted like I'm famous, but I won't sell on my soul, whether I'm broken, I'm a replay. So that line, actually, I'll have all of them posted. Like, you know, you keep someone posted. So basically that's just talking about social media and keeping everyone posted. But reaction, I'll have all of them posted. So this line here, this is actually a reference to the Kanye West music video, Famous, where people are literally posing dead. But I'm talking about posted, you know, so I'm going to keep them posted, but posted kind of sounds like posed dead, the way I said it. So, you know, it basically means I'm going to have them all shocked, I'm going to have them frozen, you know. Check out that Famous video if you don't know what I'm talking about. Kanye has kind of all the celebrities kind of frozen there. So it's a very deep video. Like I'm famous, but I won't sell on my soul. Whether I'm broken, I'm a replenish a clean image of me. Actions are past thoughts that are frozen in a lake. Listen and process them, and don't let them provoke when it gets real shit. And I mean it when I be rapping. There's no messing around. So that's something as well. You know, actions are past thoughts that are frozen in a lake. Listening, process them, and don't let them provoke when it gets real shit, and I mean it. So, you know, that's talking about kind of, you know, anything we have in our heads, negative thoughts. It may be something related to something in the past that may have happened to you, or something that you haven't really thought through yet. So I think, you know, they're frozen in a lake glistening, and, you know, what that means is kind of once you actually do go and action those kind of thoughts, or, you know, if you're having thoughts about making music, if you're having thoughts about, you know, talking to that family member or friend that you haven't talked to in years, you know, that's something over there in the lake glistening. It's something positive, but you're looking at it in a negative way. So just go and action it, go and do it, and the rewards will come, you know.
Wrote only, I'm so comfy in this seat. My throne, luxury, king sweet. This me, you'll miss me. Got you red like a boy Trippy. I'ma quickly bring an
Shout the Trippy Red.
and to it and sand you to a Dan. You can pretend to be a can to all the man kids and women who try to help you be the best you, but you fell through. In the meantime, I'ma let loose like a lit fuse and continue with the clean rhymes that I pen through. When I spit scrupulous in juice and I'm with music. A mill views are within view, but I'm in too deep, and I might go psycho cause I'm ice cold and I might grow. Pee hole and I don't need no guy code, but insured that I'm insured. Enduring it in turn, I've been turned into an intern. Been learning about rap.
So I think that line there, you know, enduring it in turn, I've been turned into an intern. You know, I think that kind of describes anyone's journey through music or through life really well. Because, you know, you may think you know everything, and then the more you start to get into it, you realise you actually know nothing, you know, so, or you don't know nearly as much as you thought you did. So just to go back to that line, you know, I think, you know, you think, because the whole song, I've been coming at it from, you know, I'm the best, I'm better than you, I'm better than everyone. But in this line is where the kind of ego drops down, you know, and once I've actioned those thoughts, you kind of realise that, you know, you're not that big shot you think you are, you know, you're a... as your man Liam Stewart in that reaction that I did the other day said, you know, you're a, what is it, the world is a beach and you're a grain of sand, you know, or a drop in the ocean, you know. So I think that makes you kind of turn back into an intern and you start learning again, start figuring out more stuff, start going on that journey. So that's just what I'm kind of touching on there.
Into an intern, been learning about rap, been there all about that. Whirlwind and I'm worldwide, working to be up high, and I'm WELL versed. You looking for me when I'm prepared to get rare. Stakes high, don't get nervous. Stay wise like Ed Sheeran with no touring. The whole purpose.
So, you know, to get rare, stakes high, so like a rare like a steak. You know, that's just a little bit of wordplay there on that. And then what? WE, so I'm well versed, but it just fit in with the rhyme scheme saying WELL versed. You looking for me, better prepare. And yeah, so that's why I kind of broke up the word like that.
L versed, you looking for me when I'm prepared to get rare. Stakes high, don't get nervous. Stay wise like Ed Sheeran with no touring. The whole purpose of this shit's to promote yours. Go further, the energy that I procured will never be replicated. C8 and erasing the deep fakes from SPA. So I'ma keep taking mud.
Just want to go back to that Ed Sheeran line, because I think that's important. That's something that's important to me. You know, Ed Sheeran is someone who he doesn't go on tours just to go on tours. You know, he may do it when he wants to do it, but he doesn't feel like he's a slave to it and that he has to do it. You know, so I admire him. But that's something I do admire him for, and he's kind of, you know, he kind of keeps to himself and does what he wants to do, and I think that's important. Not just catering to everyone around you, just, you know, doing what you want to do and being independent.
The whole purpose of this shit's to promote yours. Go further, the energy that I procured will never be replicated. C8 and erasing the deep fakes from SPA. So I'ma keep taking my time when I be lacing my rhymes. Go nuts like Manhattan. I'm
Shout out to Manhattan Peanuts.
with them like backgammon. Dag nabbit, I'm back at 'em with haphazardous bad rap. Whack rappers that can't hack it can have that. Can't match it, it's anthrax when the track's wax. The antagonist stands spanning the whole region. Stand back, pop cameras.
So, you know, just the anthrax when the track's waxed. So, you know, once the track is waxed, once the track is kind of finished, you know, it's anthrax. It's killing all these other rappers out here. So that's the rest of the song is a little bit of wordplay and going through a few different topics here. So, yeah, pop cameras, so paparazzi cameras flash at him like Patch Adams a tad.
Flash at him like Patch Adams a tad tap. Trap tackling trap rappers to attract the damn waste of a fan base and a dope strew. So I'll go do what I'm supposed to and expose them to the goat views.
So that's something, you know, when I was kind of looking to start up rap again and getting into music and releasing music, I was looking at it saying, right, I'm going to try and get every audience in on this, you know, and I'm gonna try and get the trap rappers audience. I'm gonna try and get the pop music rappers audience, every audience out there, you know. But what I realized is, you know, each to their own. Everyone has their own style. Everyone has their own kind of what they're into. So, it's a damn waste of a fan base if they're not actually interested in your music, you know. So, I'm focusing on who likes my stuff, who likes the music I'm into, and I think that's it. You know, stay in your lane.
Trap tackling, trap rappers that attract the damn waste of a fan base and a dope strew. So I'll go do what I'm supposed to, what expose them to the goat's views. I'm Goku cause I got balls to hop off of the bandwagon. No sandbagging, I'm back hanging with rap addicts. Free music, price slice like Tank Abbott. Online traveling boy Ral. My talent is vital like Vlad's brother. Half stood of our can't.
So, you know, Mike talent is vital like Vlad's brother. So, you know, Vladimir Klitschko like Vlad's brother. So that was just a little play on words there. And then Price Slice like Tank Abbott, you know, Kimbo Slice, rest in peace, when he was fighting Tank Abbott. So Price Slice like Tank Abbott because it's free music. So, you know, and then online traveling viral.
Traveling boy Ral, my talent is vital like Vlad's brother. Half stood of our can't utter a word out. Pal, you're gonna burn out like bad cooking. I'm bankrupting the whole scene. Don't.
So, you know, I think what I'm trying to say there is about kind of halves. I'm not going at people with stutters here, don't worry. I'm going at people that are, I'm just letting people know that, you know, if you don't have that confidence in your track, you don't have that confidence in your voice when you're recording music, people won't listen and people won't. And like anything, you know, if you don't have confidence in what you're talking about ever, people aren't going to listen, you know. So it's letting people know, you know, do have that confidence in yourself. Don't be putting yourself down. You know, if you're making music, if you're doing something, go for it. You know, who's stopping it? You know, so that's just kind of where I'm coming from on that line.
Pal, you're gonna burn out like bad cooking. I'm bankrupting the whole scene. Don't even approach me, that's you got it. Truth's all of the true knowledge is too hot for the TV, so I'll do what I can do. Gotta produce some in his CDs. Move on to the next track. Head stacked, I'ma get cracking. No setbacks, but I step back while I step.
So the too hot for the TV reference is actually, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Mock the Week. It's a show hosted by Dara O'Brien, and he used to have Frankie Boyle and Russell Howard, a few comedians on it. And they had a kind of, what would you call it, like a bonus thing on their DVDs, a bonus section, and it was called Too Hot for TV. And it was basically just all of the stuff that that BBC wouldn't let them say, but it was actually kind of the best stuff. It was the funniest stuff, and there's a lot of cursing in it, so, you know, it wouldn't be allowed on TV, and kind of going at people, insults and stuff. So when I'm saying that, you know, most of the true knowledge is too hot for the TV. So, you know, most of the really good music, most of the kind of really good films, and you know, there's Watershed, you know, you have to have them on TV at a certain time at night, and it's not readily available to everyone. Whereas with platforms like social media, you know, all of social media, I won't pick any one, but that's out there. You know, you can put whatever you want to a certain degree out there, and you know, you can get an audience based off that. So that's the lane I'm kind of in at the moment, is just music and going at that. So that's kind of where I'm putting my too hot for TV stuff, if that makes sense.
It's all of the true knowledge is too hot for the TV, so I'll do what I can do. Gotta produce some in his CDs. Move on to the next track. Head stacked, I'ma get cracking. No setbacks, but I step back while I step up like I'm Jump Street. Sub me and I'll sub you. You'll submit like a CV. Bars banned, I'ma speak easy. Prohibited, no limits when going in.
Bars banned, I'ma speak easy. Let us know if you caught that bar. But yeah, that's that. So, you know, I would like to go into the rhyme schemes a bit more. I'll definitely do that on a different video. If any of you guys know any video editors or producers that are not producers, like, you know, video creators, let's say, that do lyric videos, like that will highlight the rhyme scheme. So I'll show you now what I mean. So actually, there's a guy called Spitted that does it. So you see here this type of stuff. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, I'd like to do a video like that on the rhymes in Hunger. So if you guys know anyone that kind of has the skill to do that and is able to make a video like that, let me know, and just leave a comment with their name and I'll get on to them and, you know, be able to pay for it or whatever. But just give me a shout if you do, because I'd like to definitely do kind of something similar to that with my music. So yeah, I'm just playing that again. So I'm gonna just go down here. So I'll leave all of the stuff in the description to this video. You know, the link to the producer's Instagram, GI, a link to Costello who mixed and mastered it, and a link to my stuff as well. If you did like the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and tell all your friends about it. But yeah, we'll leave it at that, and I'll catch you on the next one.